Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And let's talk horror.
So today we're doing our review on 1981's My Bloody Valentine.
We're going to tell you guys about the positives we think of this film, the negatives, then some spoilers and overall thoughts. And we want to say first off, Happy Valentine's Day. And thank you guys for voting on this. We're very excited to do it.
And so let's get to the positives.
So I absolutely love the opening kill in this movie. The miner's accuracy to get the heart tattoo is just absolutely amazing. Big fan of the opening kill of this film.
Yeah, I love how they're like having their sexy time and she's like rubbing on his mask and he's just like, don't take off my mask. You don't want to know who's under this mask.
Right.
Also, I love the town's name, Valentine Bluff. It's all decorated for Valentine's Day, and you just really get this like small town, big heart. It just looks really good, and I love that.
Obviously, it's a fictionalized town, but you still feel like it was created for Valentine's Day, which it was, but they really give that genuine feel to it. And then Harry leaving his poems behind.
Roses are red, violets are blue. One is dead, and so are you?
Not the nicest
They are not. No, they rhyme. I mean, I give him that.
A for effort on the rhyming, Harry, but definitely a nice touch to the movie. His own little calling card.
Absolutely. And then we have the love triangle between Sarah and Axel and TJ. TJ, he kind of left her behind and, didn't write her, and so she started dating Axel, and now he comes back and she's kind of torn between who she wants to be with.
I mean, it's kind of TJ's fault. He didn't call, didn't write, didn't Facebook, didn't Snapchat, didn't ICQ, didn't MSN Messenger, didn't Twitter, didn't Instagram. You have all these ways of getting a hold of somebody in 1981, and he wasn't willing to take advantage of any of those things to get a hold of her. So it's kind of his fault.
Not in 1981, they didn't. They had a pen and paper.
And
one of the birds.
A telegram bird. The kills throughout this movie are brutal, and we're obviously going to get more into that in the spoilers, but we should have said this at the beginning, but we're talking about the unrated collector's edition. So it does have the spliced in extended kills. So definitely love the brutality of the kills we get throughout the film.
Yeah. Also the practical effects are so good. It's 1981. And we get a little scene where the bartender, he's trying to fake them out, and he puts a fake Harry Warden in when you open the door, he pops out, and you open the door and he pops out. This is one of the kills where he gets a pickaxe through his eye. And like his eye, the way it comes out, it looks really good. And I think that they did an awesome job. It looks
still so well done.
Looks so good still today.
And then you have great makeup effects. We're talking about the practical effects, also the great makeup effects, all the hard work that went into that. It's kind of silly now when you watch it, because when you do the hot dog submerge, you can totally see that the hot dogs were put in post, and they are completely fake hot dogs that are going by his face. Still looks awesome. I love it. But
just the way
the
his
makeup,
skin,
yes,
like it looks like it's coming off. Looks so good.
Yes.
Also, they have a really good eye for different shots. Like when they're going down into the mine, they're in that cart.
Yeah.
You get a picture of the cart, and then it goes back to them inside, and then you see them going. I love how that looks.
I think the miner is actually a top tier villain.
Oh, he could have been a franchise if they would have gone somewhere with him, for sure.
He it's a scary look. It's a great weapon. Everything about the miner, I agree. I think he's underrated.
Yeah.
I think he is underrated in the slasher villains. And if he could have been franchised out, who knows how far this could have went.
He could have been up there with like Michael and...
Or we could be talking about how this went the route of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the first one was the best one, and they should have left it alone.
It's possible. You never know.
Right.
You never know. So, I mean, we're never happy either way, are we?
Right, exactly.
So also the ladder scene, that when they are in the mine and they're trying to get out and they're climbing up, it's so suspenseful because, I mean, that's a far way up and they're way up on that ladder. And just the way that it plays out, it has your anxiety
anything with
going.
ladders and heights always has me with my heart racing. So those are some of the positives that we have of My Bloody Valentine. Now let's get into some of our negatives about My Bloody Valentine.
Some of the acting is goofy, and it's like they casted a bunch of like 12-year-olds that are like playing pranks on each other, and they say the cheesiest things. And I mean, these are men that work down in the mine, but they
trying to pull each other's pants down
yeah,
when they're in the parking lot,
pulling each other's pants down. One of them's like, look, I'm snorting coke, and he puts the Coca-Cola in his nose. It's like, how old are you?
Right. It doesn't hold up.
It doesn't.
It does not.
It's over the top.
It's way too goofy.
Yeah.
And then Patty is just constantly crying and saying she can't go anymore. Woman up, ma'am. Like, it's time for you to woman up now and move forward. Keep going. You can do this.
You got it, girl. You got it. Like, I'm sorry, boyfriend's dead, and all of your friends are dead, but
you're gonna be next if you don't stop.
Also, like, why? Okay, so we talked about the ladder scene in the positives. Why, after the one goofball, he falls down and they're like, okay, let's go back down. What do you mean? You're halfway there. Like, go. Keep going up. We don't go back down, people.
But then how's the movie gonna end if we just leave right now?
I don't know. I know plot reasons, but still.
The fight in the rail cart. Now, this is both a positive and a negative for me because it seems very cautious.
Yeah, they're like...
Yeah, when they're fighting...
Yeah.
That was not dramatized. That's really how it looks. But they probably didn't have stunt doubles. You know, they had to do this on their own.
Yeah, they did all of their own stunts.
So at least they were cautious. And they do cut, so it's not, you know... They didn't expect things to be done in 4K, Blu-ray later in the future where you had it really bright and you could see it. They're moving slow as to not really hurt each other, which is great. It's really good that they were very cautious of each other's lives, each other's safety. But when you're watching it, you're like, man, this sure is brutal.
Like, dang. Get it, boys. So there's a scene that it cracks me up is when they finally get out of the like hole that they're not supposed to be in and get free from Axel, and the police are coming down, and TJ's just like, he's in there. Like, he doesn't, that's it. He's in there. Like, he just attacked us. He killed all my friends, but yeah. And they're just, all of them are just running in there. They have no idea what's happening. Like, stuff's falling from, you know, the ceiling. It's like.
No. So, and then the part for me is you don't get any explanation at all as to what happened to Harry Warden and his death.
Yeah.
All you get is this.
They said that Harry Warden died 5 years ago.
No big mystery. He's just dead.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean,
he died in the hospital.
He died in the hospital. That's it. End of story. Please don't ask questions.
Right.
Also, the ending with Axel. So Sarah's like holding his arm, and then she pulls it off, and he cut his arm off, and then he just goes completely insane. And this is what he says.
Daddy gone away. Harry Warden made you pay.
It's almost sing-songy.
Yeah.
The way he's saying it, you know. So it's really, really goofy.
We're coming back for you.
It's a really goofy way to end the movie. So those are some of our negatives. Now let's get to some of our spoilers and overall thoughts on My Bloody Valentine 1981.
So now we're gonna spoil some things. The movie, it's over.
It's almost 45 years old.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, go check it out.
Yeah,
and then come back and watch
absolutely. So in the beginning, Harry Warden and some of the miners, they were down in the mine, and they were left down there.
Mine collapse.
Yeah. And, you know, Harry, the only reason he survived is because he was eating the other miners. And you get a glimpse of him, and he just looks completely insane, and he's eating them. And it looks really cool, but it's like, wow, that's horrible.
That's gnarly. Then you do get Harry's revenge on the supervisors, which will come into play later.
It will.
Very important moment of the film where Harry goes and kills one of his supervisors in front of his son, who was hiding under the bed. I wonder if that'll come back and haunt him later on.
I wonder if it'll affect that son at all.
Maybe.
Possibly.
It
could. So probably one of my favorite kills.
Most iconic death in the film.
It's honestly my favorite, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's Mabel's death at the laundromat when they do finally see her and they open up the, you know, the dryer.
She falls
She
out.
falls out and it's like all the steam is coming off of her and her face is all burnt.
So
it looks
gross.
so good, and I really like that.
Yeah, very, very good. I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not only the most iconic kill in the film, I think it's my favorite kill in the film as well. Another part that looks really good, we were talking about the practical effects, when they pull the boiling heart out of the hot dog water. After that part looks great.
It's white, all the blood is boiled out of it, and
Yeah.
it looks really cool. Yeah.
Really, really love that.
Then you have the sheriff. He's covering up like these kills, like he doesn't want anybody to see them.
You remember, Mabel Osborne died of a heart attack, and that's all. You breathe one word of this to anybody, and you'll have to answer to me.
So it's like, why don't you want anybody to know? Like, why do you want to keep this under, you know, dusted
She
under
died
the
of a
rug?
heart attack, and that's it.
Take her out back. Like,
Yeah.
what?
What's going on here, buddy?
Yeah.
Another kill that gets talked about a lot because of the enhanced footage and the extended footage is Sylvia becoming a human spigot.
Oh.
Now, it looks great. Again, I will go to bat saying Mabel's death is my favorite, but when you get her getting pushed onto the water spigot and then the water coming out of her mouth,
She looks like a human, like she's a shower.
Yeah.
A shower head. Yeah.
I love it. Love the kill. Love the scene. Always been a big fan of that one too.
Yep, and then we have Mark that takes them down into the mine. Harry Warden, he gets him, shoots him in the head with a nail gun, like a couple different times, and then he's still kind of like with it and just like dies in front of his girlfriend and his friends.
Yeah. Also, we get the reveal that Harry is not Harry Warden.
What?
It is actually Axel. So, yeah, we were all shocked by this. Axel ended up being the little boy that saw his dad get killed by the miner. And that's why this has stuck with him and, you know, affected him throughout his life so bad. It's one of those core memories that he watched his father get killed by this guy. So now kind of idolizes him in a way. It's really weird. You know, the way psychology can work sometimes is really, really weird.
Yeah, so that's why Axel became Harry. Like he said, he watched Harry kill his dad and all the other supervisors, and he was like under the bed and he was scared, and yeah, I guess like he was like, okay, I want to be that guy when I grow up.
Right, the guy that just took out my dad. So overall ranking, what would you give My Bloody Valentine 1981?
Out of 5 skulls, I'm gonna give My Bloody Valentine a 4. It's a fun movie. I really love the miner. I think he's scary, and I like the twist in it. Some of the acting is a little wonky, and for the most part, 45 years later, like it still holds up. Like,
I'm gonna go 2.5. I think it's a fun movie. It is a little too goofy for me at times. The acting is really, really bad at times. While it is a very fun movie, and I won't bitch about watching this movie. I enjoy watching this movie. This is one of the movies where I really feel like the remake really, really ups the ante and does a much better job than the original. So we did do a versus episode in the past.
we did.
On My Bloody Valentine, the original versus the remake, which I do have linked down in the description, guys. So go and check that out and let us know. Would you like to see us do a review on the remake of My Bloody Valentine? So we've already done our versus. So let us know what you guys think. Which one do you like more, the original or the remake? What are your thoughts on My Bloody Valentine 1981 all the way through? And if you haven't already, guys, please like and subscribe. It helps to build our channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Our links are down in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror.
Stay who you are.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.